Hey everyone, welcome back. Bamboo Batu. This is Fred. I'm on location in southern Colombia right now, in the middle of a coffee farm, and checking out a beautiful grove of Guadua bamboo. And I'm really excited to tell you all about it. If you love bamboo as much as I do, please check out my website. You can do some great research there. There's hundreds of free articles, in-depth stories, lots of high-quality photos. I've also got about 100 or so videos here on YouTube. Please remember to like, subscribe, make a donation. I spent a lot of time and energy making these videos to educate you at a great personal expense to myself. I should actually be working right now. My boss doesn't know I'm here, but I really wanted to make this video for you. And let's get into it. So Guadua, super cool species of bamboo, native to Colombia and South America. It's a tropical bamboo. In Colombia, they call bamboo Guadua, la Guadua or el bamboo. They're synonymous, but Guadua actually scientifically is a genus of bamboo, South American tropical bamboo. And when people talk about Guadua, they're usually referring to this gigantic species of Guadua, which is Guadua angustifolia. Super big, super hard, considered the hardest of bamboo species. Excellent building material. They make some really crazy stuff with it. It's got lots of advantages. It also has lots of thorns. These thorns are super sharp, and on these little branches behind me, there's lots of little thorns on there too, which can be really nasty if they fall on the ground and you step on one, or if you're trying to harvest it. So some disadvantages if you're trying to cultivate this species, but it is a remarkable species, and it's amazing to walk through it. One of the most interesting things about it is it's tropical bamboo, which means clumping. So it has clumping rhizomes, sympodial or pachyomorphic rhizomes. But unlike most clumping bamboos, you see we're not in a dense clump here. This looks more like a moso forest, where the bamboo is all spread out, more like running bamboo does. So that's because the rhizomes have the properties of clumping bamboo, the way they go down and then shoot up. But they go out a long way before they shoot up. So they have long running rhizomes before they come up. Sorry, not running rhizomes, but long extending rhizomes before they shoot up out of the ground. Whereas running bamboo puts out long rhizomes running horizontally, and then along those rhizomes, the shoots come up along the way, instead of just having one part on the end that comes up. So it's very spread out. I've got a visual aid here to help us understand. There's some Guadua on the ground here. Here's a nice culm leaf. The culm leaf is one of the best ways to identify bamboo when you look at the shape and structure of that leaf. Although with this species, a better way to identify it is there's this, let's see better over here, this white band at all the nodal joints. Also the nodal joints, the internodes are pretty short. That's very typical of Guadua. And the fact that it's just gigantic is also a good clue. And the fact that we're in Colombia, there's no mistaking with those facts at hand that we are surrounded by Guadua angustifolia. It's an amazing thing. And I promised I'd show you some rhizomes. So here we go. This is the rhizome. See if you can see this very well. Can you see this? Where did we go? Yeah, there we are. So at the base of the culm, we've got some rhizomes shooting out, and each one of these is going to come up and grow into a giant shoot, or it would have if this hadn't been harvested and removed. That's the best visual aid I can muster up at the moment. Speaking of harvesting, it is a difficult species to harvest because of all those thorns. At the same time, it's a little bit easier than other species like Dendrocalamus asper, where the clumps are just super dense. And if you want to get into the good poles, they are hard to get to. As with other bamboos, it's best to harvest the older poles, the ones that have been in the ground for a while. those can be identified by the color. This here, super smooth, lighter green. That's a very young culm. This one's going to want to stay here for another 2-3 years probably before we harvest it. This one's a little bit older. You can see the discoloration on there. There's some more behind me. These here got lots of lichen growth on there. It's starting to bend over a bit. That one would be a prime one to harvest for sure. There's some more back there. Looks like people have been harvesting in here, definitely. Not a perfectly well managed grove, but someone has been harvesting it for sure. It's a little bit of a mess in there, but it is still a pleasure to be here. There have been many attempts to grow Guadua in other parts of the world because of its superior building properties and such, but Guadua does not seem to take well to other climates. It really likes the soil in Colombia, the higher altitudes. We're at about 1,500 meters here, close to 5,000 feet, and the Guadua loves it here. They've tried to grow Guadua it grows further south. It grows up into Costa Rica, a bit in southern Mexico. Get other species of Guadua up there as well. Some smaller ones besides angustifolia. But yeah, they've tried growing it in Southeast Asia and Africa. I haven't seen any tremendous results from that yet. It's hard to say what the problem is with that because there are other bamboos that grow really well in Southeast Asia, as we know. And why the challenge with Guadua, it's not clear. Some bamboo species do really well in the wild, but when you try to take it and domesticate it and plant it as an ornamental or in cultivation on a plantation, some certain species do not take well to that. But Guadua, they do propagate quite a bit of it. That does grow well in nurseries, so it is domesticatable, but not the easiest to cultivate. So if you're in other parts of the world, you're probably better off growing proven species like asper, which is a great one for building. Tremendous culms. But if you're ever in Colombia or South America, definitely look around. You'll probably find some Guadua somewhere if you're at kind of a medium altitude. If you get too high in the mountains, you don't see the Guadua anymore. Past maybe 2,000 meters. I'm not sure exactly what the limit is, but we seem to be in the sweet spot here. It's all over the place. This is in the middle of a coffee plantation. There's all coffee bushes around me. There's a bit of intercropping going on with the coffee. They love the intercropping here, which is a great feature of regenerative agriculture, which I should mention. These are all coffee bushes. There's a bunch of plantain. Those banana trees back there, actually plantains. That's all providing shade for the coffee. Bamboo is also providing shade for the coffee without creating any competition between the plants. So very mutually beneficial. I hope that you found this video to be beneficial. I've truly enjoyed making it. I really like being here in Colombia. It's a great spot, great weather, great people, great food, beautiful forests, beautiful jungles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember to be here now. See you next time.